Never in my life before have I gone to see a movie more than once in one night. Yeah.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Hey guys, welcome to my first official post on my new content creation profile. My name is Chase, and I'm the No Affiliation Geek.
What is this? Crypto!
What the hey, dude?
Now, Superman was one of the first superheroes I was ever exposed to. Alongside Spider-Man, those are my top two superheroes then, and they are still my top two superheroes now. And I know a lot of people are saying Superman is so invulnerable to the point that he's boring. I personally don't care. Now, when I was first introduced to the character, the Superman I saw was Christopher Reeve. Since the Christopher Reeve movies came out, there haven't been any versions of Superman that have come close to how amazing and well done Christopher Reeve's Superman was. Brandon Routh may have tried to continue it, but ultimately just didn't work. And we all know why it didn't work. The story was just too bland. Not a lot of people were sure about the fact that he had a child in the movie. You can pretty much agree with the critical consensus that the movie didn't really strike a chord with anybody. It was just kind of there. What I was wanting to see was the most comic accurate take on the character that you could possibly get. And also living up to the name of Christopher Reeve's Superman. And with James Gunn's Superman, we got pretty darn close.
Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me
problems around the world.
and doing good.
On beat with Christopher Reeve's Superman. This movie does so much right that the Snyderverse got wrong. The Snyderverse was trying to portray the DC Universe as the most dark and depressing universe you could possibly live in. Whereas James Gunn's Superman is making things seem more happy, more jovial, like you would feel a sense of hope from being in that environment. James Gunn successfully captured the true comic essence of what Superman is supposed to be. He's not better than Christopher Reeve's Superman, but he's also not worse than Christopher Reeve's Superman. I wouldn't even say he's equal to Christopher Reeve's Superman. Saying he's equal is almost an understatement. I would rather say he's on beat. The overall vibe of the movie that I got was the same vibe I get from watching Christopher Reeve's Superman.
Somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
Now, this movie can be a little corny and goofy at times, but for the most part, it's sticking to the comic's original message. The world can be a better place, and we all have the power within us to make it a better place. And that's something that's been missing since Christopher Reeve's Superman. The story follows the basic structure of an early Golden Age Superman comic, where basically Lex Luthor is jealous of all the popularity that Superman gets, and he's trying to come up with some sort of means to destroy him. And it's up to Superman to try and prevent those events from meshing together. And when he does, a lot of people are split as to whether or not what he did was the socially moral thing to do. And Lex Luthor is tasked by the US government to stop Superman from peddling any further in human affairs because of the fact that he is an alien from another world and shouldn't know any better than a moral human. The cast that James Gunn got together to make this story come to life are phenomenal. David Cornsweet as Superman. Much like I said about the movie as a whole being on par with Christopher Reeve's Superman, David Cornsweet as Superman is on beat with Christopher Reeve's Superman. His character as Superman is on beat with Christopher Reeve's Superman. We don't get a lot of Clark Kent in this, however, and I kind of wish we got more of that. But then again, I'm not sure. Maybe too much Clark Kent could have been distracting to the point that we wouldn't have had an idea of what his Superman was going to be like. But I kind of wanted to see what his Clark Kent was going to be like equally as much as his Superman got in this movie. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is straight up hilarious. He is absolutely diabolical and cynical and fits the classic formula of an evil mastermind. I mean, what more can you say about his portrayal of Lex Luthor? And Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. When Amy Adams was Lois Lane in the Snyderverse, I could not look at her and say, yeah, that's Lois Lane. I kept looking at her and saying, that's just Amy Adams playing a random reporter. That's not Lois Lane. But when I look at Rachel Brosnahan in Superman, the new Superman, I think to myself, that's Lois Lane. And the chemistry that she shares with David Cornsweet, and that's the big thing that a lot of people are saying about this movie, is that her chemistry with David Cornsweet is so good, it mirrors the chemistry that Christopher Reeve had with Margot Kidder, and the chemistry that Tyler Hoechlin had with Elizabeth Tulloch in Superman and Lois. As far as the rest of the characters are concerned, they're all great. I don't have any issues with them. If there is any character I have any sort of issue with, I already said that I wish we got more Clark Kent, but there is one other couple of characters that I think could have been better, and that's Jonathan and Martha Kent. More particularly the actors they chose to play them, because I don't think they fit the Jonathan and Martha roles fairly well. But then again, we didn't get a whole lot of them in this movie, so I can't really say for certain if they are perfect as Jonathan and Martha Kent. The Justice Gang, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific, all great characters. And Nathan Fillion does a great Guy Gardner, making him the perfect butthole that you love to hate. Also something I wanted to show that doesn't exactly correlate to his performance as Guy Gardner. When he's getting fitted with the Guy Gardner bowl cut wig, he kind of jokes around about how he looks like the lead singer of a famous British pop band, like the Beatles or something.
Used to give Nathan a bowl cut.
For our next number, gotta play a little song I wrote about love. And then they sing without an accent. Always.
If you were not enjoying making the movie, you probably wouldn't even make a joke like that behind the scenes. The visual effects and the composition of the movie, it's very different. I can't help but say anything else other than it's a comic book come to life. It's like if you were looking at a picture frame in a comic book page and just imagining the motions happening like in real life at that second. Like the shot where Superman goes up to one of Lex Luthor's raptors, punches him in the face, and all of his teeth come flying out. That's what you would see in a comic book. That right there. Initially, I wasn't sure about the composition, but when I went in and saw it unfold, it made sense to me as to what James Gunn was trying to do. For once in quite some time, this is a movie where everybody universally agrees, at least I like to think universally agrees, that this Superman movie is the type of Superman movie that we've needed since Christopher Reeve. Embody the true essence of what a Superman movie is supposed to be. What it should be. From the pre-production stage all the way up into the post-production stage. This is what Superman is supposed to be and what he should be. This right here. James Gunn honestly knocked it out of the park with this Superman movie. Now, I'm not saying that the movie is 100% perfect. I can't really say it's completely perfect, because there are still some things that I don't necessarily agree with, but they're more so nitpicks than they are actual critical point deductions or anything like that. I have a rating scale that I'm going to implement for my video reviews, where it'll be a certain number out of 10. And I'm rating this based purely off of how much I enjoyed the movie. I'm going to give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. A confident 8.5 out of 10. And any other people out there that thinks that this movie is trash or anything, I'm sorry, you're a Snyder fan. You honestly are. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this is the first movie I've ever seen twice in one night. I absolutely love the movie, guys. I really, really do. And when I do something like that, if that doesn't give you a hint as to how good it is, I don't know what else will. So, take my word for it. This movie is a good. And if you're a Superman fan or just a basic comic book superhero fan or anything, go see it. Honestly, it is so good. Don't listen to what anybody has to say, like the movie is bad, you shouldn't go see it or anything. You have your own thoughts and opinions to make. And even if you don't think it's going to be good and you're firm on that opinion and you don't think my opinion is worth anything, fine. I had to go through multiple takes to make sure all my thoughts were out there. If you thought I did a decent job with my review, and for a first time post in quite some time, leave a like, a comment down below, what you guys thought. Engage with me in a conversation, tell me what you thought about Superman, and share this with your friends. And if anybody is curious to check out the movie but they're not sure who to rely on or turn to, I endorse you guys to send my video to them to give them an idea of how good the movie is. But that's it, guys. That concludes my first post as the No Affiliation Geek. I'm Chase. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. See ya!